Hey sis, are you there? Pick up, would you? I got some super good news for you. You're really gonna envy me about this. You can bet on it. You gotta hear this. Pick up, sis.
Is this Elaine? I haven't heard from you for, I guess it must be like 5 years, right? What's the super news you want me to hear?
Hold on to your bitches. I'm getting married.
Huh? You, my little sister, getting married?
Not only is he very rich, but owns some huge estate. He's working at this small corporation right now, a regular employee, but down the line, he's going to take over his father's company. He'll be the CEO. Can you believe it? You know what that means, right? Yep, landed me a rich and successful guy. I hit the jackpot. I bet you're seething with envy right about now. You always thought I couldn't keep a guy for long. Remember that? You always used to say that. That I was picking and choosing, and what do you know? I found the perfect guy. Looks like you're the loser now, huh? Didn't you get married some years back, Amy? And you're still working. You both have to work to make ends meet, I see. You really picked a loser for a husband. Can't properly provide for his wife. I'm not going to make that mistake.
I'm working because I want to. I could quit anytime I want. It's not about that.
Yeah, excuses. You've always been too stuffy. Miss Goody Two Shoes. LOL. That's why you'll forever be poor, unlike me. LOL. So sorry to live the good life.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, congratulations. And I would appreciate it if you would quit chiding my husband. He's been a great partner.
Yeah.
I really don't care what your values are or what reasoning is for picking a husband, but I'm sure you know what choosing someone merely for money will get you nowhere. Actually, it would just build animosity over time. I really don't have to tell you. You're a grown woman. If you want to make this kind of relationship last, you better learn to keep your mouth shut about certain things. I know it's hard to keep up this outward appearance, but if you want the marriage to last, if you don't maintain this facade, someday you'll regret it.
Oh my god, now I know you're super envious. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, I figured you'd say that. At least I tried. So, is that all you wanted? Anything else?
Huh? What do you mean?
Why'd you text me? Any specific reason other than that you're getting married? If that's all, I really have to get back to work. I'm meeting my husband for dinner tonight. I don't want to be late.
I'm not finished yet.
Seriously? What is it?
We're going to hold a wedding. I'll send you an invitation once it's all been scheduled, okay?
Do I really have to attend?
Of course! You're my sister, for God's sake. Why wouldn't I invite you? Anyway, I'll send it to you once it's a go, so see ya!
Hey, Elaine, can we talk for a second?
Hello, Amy. What's up? Something wrong?
I just arrived at the wedding hall. I'm standing here at the reception desk. That invitation you sent me, the girl at the reception desk said it's a different design and that my name is nowhere on the invitation list. What's going on? I took the day off to come here today. You better have a good reason for this.
Oh no, you actually came?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, well, you weren't that enthusiastic about coming to the wedding, so I sent you a fake invitation. But you're here, so does that mean in reality you wanted to attend? Is that it? Yeah, well, I don't blame you for wanting to come, but I thought you'd just toss the invitation in the trash, so... My fiancé's friends are all real successful people, rich, prestigious families. Bet you wanted to mingle with them, LOL. But it wouldn't really look great if my sister is seen trying to snare some eligible guy during the reception. Just wouldn't look good. So, sorry, but there's no place for you here.
Hello? Haven't you forgotten something? I'm married, for God's sake. Why would I be looking for an eligible guy? Leaving that aside for now, Why would you even do such an awful thing to your sister on your own wedding day?
I just wanted to teach you a lesson, that's all. However, if you pay us $10,000 for the privilege of attending the wedding, well, I could prepare a seat for you, but there's no way you can come up with that much cash.
$10,000? Are you out of your mind? I'm not gonna pay that. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Go right ahead. Losers aren't welcome here. Good riddance. See you around. Maybe I'll see you at the homeless camp under the overpass one of these days. Amy, answer me! How could you? Why didn't you tell me? If I knew from the start, I would have invited you. No problem. So why? Come on, sis. Please, pick up. I'm sorry.
What do you want? Aren't you right in the middle of your wedding about now? What's up?
Don't act all innocent. You knew that this wedding was called off, and you said nothing. How could you?
Huh? Seriously? I was wondering if there was a possibility that this might happen, but I guess it happened.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? How could you hide such an important fact from me? You never told me you knew my fiancé. Dennis, why the hell do you even know him? But what's more, the company that Dennis is doing business with, the CEO of that company, you're this guy's wife? When the hell did this happen? That company is Dennis's top client. This is the first I'm hearing about this. And you said $10,000 was too much for you? Yeah, right. Like the wife of a company CEO and a major corporation at that. That's chump change for a guy like that. Why the hell are you this guy's wife anyway? It doesn't make sense. You're supposed to be poor for God's sake. You're super rich.
Oh, about that. Yeah, I have the money, but not for you.
Huh?
Anyway, there was really no reason for me to announce that I'm the wife of some CEO. What's the difference anyway? I don't know Dennis personally. I met him a few times at a couple receptions that I attended with my husband, but that's about it. I just happened to run into your fiancé as I was leaving. He recognized me right away. I was not sure who it was. I knew the name, but didn't put two and two together. That's when I found out that you had canceled my invitation due to me being sick or something, and I was taken off the invitation list.
Huh? Dennis? He came up and talked to you?
Yes, I was quarreling with the receptionist when he spotted me. He asked me what the problem was, and I simply explained the fact, that's all.
What? Are you for real? So you just blabbed about all of it? Is that it?
That's a strange way to put it. I didn't blab about anything. Besides, I can't lie to a major client. And we know each other through business. If I lie, it would eventually get out anyway. Actually, it would make things way more awkward.
Well, because of that, he annulled our engagement on the spot. You do realize that? My jackpot, my lease to a celeb life, gone in a second. What are you going to do about it? It's all your fault, Amy. I want you to take responsibility of this.
I did nothing wrong. I'm the victim here. I was the one who was scammed into attending the wedding, for which you canceled at the last minute. You knew what you were doing from the get-go.
It's your fault. No if or buts about it. I don't want to hear it. You never wanted me to be happy. You're so cruel. I want you to take full responsibility. I want your husband, divorce him, and have him marry me. He's way richer than the guy I was going to marry. This would be a way to get back at him. I'll show him. I'm willing to let all of this pass if you divorce your husband and you talk to him into marrying me.
Hold it a second. What exactly do I have to take responsibility for? I don't get it.
You blabbed about me. You have to take responsibility for ruining my wedding. You give me your husband and I sweep this all under the rug. It's a win-win for all.
That's the most irrational thing I have ever heard.
Huh? It's not irrational at all.
I must admit, you are pretty, but your brain certainly isn't working right. Maybe you should see a psychiatrist?
Are you insinuating that I'm deranged or something?
All responsibility lies with you, Elaine, and only you.
No, no way. It's all your fault.
Okay then, let me ask you this. Do you know why Dennis annulled the engagement? Do you even know?
Huh?
Well, that's because you... What did I do?
Huh? Well, you...
Yeah, I figured. What I really want to say is, figure it out for yourself, but it wouldn't seem right to cause additional discomfort to Dennis and his family, so I'll do my best I can to enlighten you. He was upset that you purposely invited me to the wedding, but then at the last minute revoked that invitation. You're snickering with satisfaction as I was leaving. The way you degrade someone who works despite being married as being poor. But what's more, it was your attitude toward him. Your only concern was with his money and his status in life. That's the only thing you saw in him. He finally saw through that. He couldn't go live the rest of his life with someone so despicable, so lacking in moral values.
Huh? Everyone knows that being rich is way better than being poor.
See? That's what I mean.
Huh? I can't understand you, sis. Always the straight arrow. This is the real world.
Dennis is a good person. He finally saw your true intentions. He was completely turned off by you. It's like you pulled off your mask and revealed your true self. He couldn't bear to even being in your presence after that. I really don't blame him. That's why I haven't seen or cared to the last 5 years. Actually, I thought I would never see you again.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and Dennis can just shove it. I can find a way better guy.
Well, maybe someday you'll come to your senses. Just think all about what I told you and reflect on it. I suggest you hold off on marrying until you truly come to grips with your perspective on life. If you don't, you won't get very far.
Don't lecture me about life. Elaine, are you there? This is an emergency. I need $100,000 right now. Please have it ready for me ASAP.
Huh? $100,000? Are you crazy?
I need it within the week. Get it ready for me, you got it?
Like I said, are you crazy? How can I get that kind of money ready?
Come on, Emmy, you're the wife of a CEO. $100,000 is nothing for a guy like that. He's probably worth millions. If you don't do as I say, I'm gonna spread rumors about you, that you're a cheapskate.
What's the money for anyway?
I got a call demanding that I pay for the whole wedding that was cancelled. They said it was my fault that this happened and that I would have to cover the entire cost. I can't pay such a fortune. And I was also seeing this other guy, and I guess they found out about him.
Another guy? Seriously?
So I have to pay the cost for the wedding and for cheating on him.
Man, I thought what you did to me was bad enough, but wow.
I couldn't help myself. They were so cool and handsome.
Huh?
I would have married one of those guys, but they were, had no money.
Wait a sec. Did you just say they? You were fooling around with more than one guy?
It was 3 guys. What can I say?
3, huh? Hard to believe you were actually going to get married. Dennis was lucky he got out in time.
But I couldn't very well just dump them all just because I was getting married.
No wonder I left home at such a young age. The best decision of my life. Mom and Dad spoiled you rotten but left me on my own. I promised myself I would never be like them. And when I got old enough, I left home. I moved in with my aunt. You remember Aunt Jenny. She treated me like her own daughter, and I will be grateful to her forever. I went to school from her place and moved out after graduating from college. Like I said, it was the best decision of my life. I don't want to even think what would have happened if I stayed.
Sis, about that 100,000?
You're going to have to work that out yourself. I have no intention of giving you a dime.
I can't do this on my own.
Well, there is nothing I can or will do. Sorry.
How can you be so cruel, sis?
Get your act together, for God's sake. You're already 26 years old, for crying out loud. It's your responsibility. Face up to what you did. No more running away, Elaine.
I can't, please. Help me out.
See you, Amy. Nice knowing you. My parents were trying to ignore this whole thing, but as a matter of fact, they decided to move out soon after leaving Amy holding the bag. But I heard they ran into some kind of trouble after moving into their new home and ended up getting sued. As a result, they got divorced, and I hear they're both working to pay off the debt they've accumulated. As for my little sister Amy, she finally realized she could not rely on others anymore and started working as a hostess at a bar downtown. With her good looks and sweet talking ways, she was a natural. And she thought it was the easiest way to make money quickly. But things didn't go well with the other girls. Some kind of trouble with a guest, I can only imagine, and she was eventually forced out. So now she's working various part-time jobs to make ends meet. Maybe she'll wise up one of these days and make something of her life, or maybe she'll finally find the right guy.
You're getting married, Ruby? Without even getting my permission first? Since when did you become so high and mighty?
What? How do you know about the wedding?
What do you mean now? I got an invitation. Do you really want my attention that much? You really are childish. This isn't going to do anything, you know.
What are you talking about? I don't need any of your attention. There's no way I would send an invitation to you people. I've already cut ties. I don't remember sending an invitation either.
Then what is it? Are you going to say that it was delivered by mistake? That's going a bit too far, even if you are an attention seeker.
My fiancé's mother was probably the one who sent it. Even though I told her about our relationship and that I wouldn't send an invitation. She probably thinks we should make up or something. She keeps saying that you're my mother related by blood and won't listen. She probably sent the invitation anyways without telling me. It's not for me, so just throw it away, okay?
Oh, is that so? Fine. To be honest, I was kind of baffled when I received this invitation. I don't consider you an ugly, useless brat my daughter anymore after all. My adorable Kristen's my only daughter now.
Yeah, you told me this before. Me, who took after my father, is a failure. And Kristen, who took after you, is a success, right?
Right. Not only that, but Kristen graduated medical school and is now a doctor at a large hospital. You're nothing compared to her.
Yes, I get it. Thanks to that, we were treated differently by you as well. Kristen would get an omelet for dinner, while I only got canned food. My clothes were all hand-me-downs from our neighbors, while Kristen's were all new. My bedroom was the closet, while Kristen got an actual bedroom that was huge. With school as well, you stopped paying for tuition once I graduated from middle school. So I had to go to a school with financial support and a dormitory. Even though you paid for all of Kristen's expenses all the way until she graduated medical school.
Obviously. Why would I invest money on an ugly brat that can't even do anything? We're not going to help you with your marriage in any way, shape, or form. You won't even get a wedding gift from us. When Kristen gets married, though, we'll make sure she gets a grand wedding.
I wasn't expecting you to help from the start. It seems you're as mean as ever. That's why Dad left you.
What? What do you mean by that?
It means exactly what it says. Dad didn't like how you treated us so differently. Which is why he left at the same time I entered high school. You keep telling me that I'm a failure, but don't you have a failed marriage yourself?
What? Just who do you think you are talking to? You act all proud, but you're nothing. There's no way I'll come to this shabby wedding of yours. I'm not going to call your children my grandchildren either.
But don't you have a failed marriage yourself? You don't have to come, and you don't have to be their grandmother either. I'll make an excuse to tell my mother-in-law as to why you won't come. Bye.
That's what happened. And to think I went out of my way to contact her. You think she's rude too, right, Kristen?
Ruby's so rude. Maybe she's acting all high and mighty because she's getting married. Not only is she ugly, but she's rude too. I feel so bad for you, Mom.
You're my only daughter, Kristen. That failure is making me feel annoyed.
But is it true that that pig's getting married? It has to be a lie. Even if it is true, the fiancé must be even uglier than her, lol.
I can't believe it. To think that ugly failure would get married before you did.
That's it. I have a good idea. I'll come to that bitch's wedding and make a huge mess.
Oh. What's your plan? What?
I'm still technically her sister, so I should be able to get in easily, right? I'll come to the wedding and spill wine on her dress or something, or maybe even seduce her fiancé, lol. I'm way hotter than her, so it should be easy. The marriage might even be cancelled. I was thinking something like this. What do you think? Sounds fun, right?
Wow, that does sound like a lot of fun. That's my daughter.
My higher-ups at the hospital are absent on the day of the wedding. So it should be fine if I skip work for just half a day, lol. I'll just head over quickly and ruin the wedding.
Oh, while you're at it, why not wear a white dress to the occasion?
Oh, for real? lol? We're going to go that far?
Say something like, I thought it was my wedding, so I came in a white dress. I'll prepare the dress for you. Take a good look at that ugly bitch's face.
All right. Leave it to me, Mom.
Congratulations on your wedding today, Ruby. Have fun.
What? Why are you suddenly so kind?
What do you mean? Can I not congratulate you for your wedding?
You have no right to congratulate me. Are you planning something?
You never really were a lovable daughter. Never mind. I'm not coming to today's wedding, but Kristen will be there for the reception. So say hi. She's going to be a bit late since she had to prepare.
What? This is my first time hearing this. She wasn't supposed to get an invitation either.
She's trying to make up for me not being able to go. Kristen's a kind person. Unlike you. You know how busy she is, right? She's taking time off work just to see you. You should be grateful.
Listen to me. It's rude to barge into a wedding without an invitation. Just what are you two up to?
You'll find out sooner or later. Just leave a seat open for her, okay? I'm sure you'll be surprised.
Is that so? Fine. I'll tell the people at the front. Just asking, but does Kristen know anyone from the wedding?
How should I know? I don't even care who your fiancé is.
Oh, I pity her then.
Mom, what should I do? It wasn't supposed to be like this.
What's wrong? Did you get a good look at her ugly face? She must have been even uglier when we last saw her.
I don't have time for that right now, Mom. It's unbelievable.
What is it?
Ruby's fiancé. It's the son of the hospital director.
What?
The son of the director of the hospital I work at, i.e. the next director of the hospital. Everyone here is a high-ranking member of the hospital staff. I even saw my boss back there.
Isn't that a bad thing?
That's putting it lightly. I know everyone here, so they recognized me immediately. What should I do? I won't be able to go to work from tomorrow. There's no way I'll be able to get off with just a scolding. They already know I skipped work. And if rumor spreads, I won't be able to work as a doctor anymore.
But...
Mom! Mom, what should I do? I got out of there as soon as possible, but my boss keeps calling me. What should I do, Mom?
I don't know. This is your mess. I'm not the one who went to the wedding, so it's not my problem. Do something about it on your own.
What? You were the one who told me to come wearing a white dress. You agreed to me barging in on our wedding. I only did what you told me to. It's your fault I got into this mess. Do something about this, Mom!
Shut up. I'm not the one to blame. This was all your idea. This is none of my business.
What? You're so mean. Mom! Don't leave me! Mom?
Missed call? Hey, will you stop ignoring my texts? Answer the phone.
That's quite a lot of text you sent me. I've never seen this many before.
Hey, what's your deal? What were you doing until now?
I went out with some acquaintances. It was fun. Today was an amazing day.
What's amazing about it? It's been a terrible day for me. Kristen won't come out of her room. She won't even answer her phone. I have no idea what to do anymore.
Well, she did just reveal to her colleagues what she's actually like. To think that Kristen would barge into the wedding with a wedding dress. It was worse than I was imagining, so it actually made me laugh.
So is what Kristen said true? You're marrying the hospital director's son?
Yes, he's going to be the director after his father. I'm working at a pharmaceutical company currently. That's how we met.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? If I had known, this wouldn't have happened.
Why did I need to tell you? Didn't we cut ties? Even if I had told you, you probably would have just laughed and said I was lying. But still, you two wanted to ruin it. Anyways, the two of you are garbage for even trying to ruin my wedding in the first place.
Stop messing around. This is all your fault. What are you going to do if Kristen can't get to work anymore? She worked so hard to become a doctor.
Don't ask me. This is her own doing.
Do something about it. Like, say you asked her to do it. Just make it seem like it was no big deal. Tell everyone it was your idea.
Why?
What do you mean, why? For Kristen's sake, of course. You're her sister, right?
What? Since when were we such a loving family? You treated me like a stranger my entire life, and now this? It's pathetic, really. Why should I take the blame for what you and Kristen did? No thanks.
What? Why you? Did you forget everything I did for you as a child? You're so ungrateful.
I don't care if you think I'm ungrateful. I never once felt grateful for you. And it doesn't even matter what I tell them anymore. I already told them everything.
What?
They asked me what that was after Kristen ran from the scene. I explained to them in depth as to what kind of childhood I had to put up with, and the kind of treatment I received from you two. I even made an effort to look especially sad to gain their sympathy.
What?
They just saw Kristen barge in with a wedding dress, so they didn't have trouble believing me. They sympathized with me. Even my mother-in-law, who couldn't understand my relationship with you two, finally understood. She apologized to me while crying for sending you the invitation. She owes me a big debt, so our relationship will probably work out well. I guess it's thanks to you. I'm going off topic. That's the situation, though. Kristen probably won't have a job tomorrow.
This isn't a joke! Take back everything you said! Now! What are you going to do if Kristen loses her job because of you? Take responsibility for this. This is your fault. You understand?
How is this my fault? You're the ones who underestimated me and tried to ruin my wedding.
It's your fault for having a wedding in the first place. It's your fault for not telling us who your fiancé was. You're just an ugly, useless bitch. You ruined our lives.
You sound so dumb right now. I don't see a point in arguing with you anymore. Tell Kristen that the hospital director is furious, will you? There's no way she's keeping her job. I wonder if she'll be able to find another job as a doctor. It's a small world, apparently. Rumors sure to spread. The daughter you put so much effort in raising and helping become a doctor is now homeless. How does it feel?
What? This is a joke, right?
Since when were we so close as to tell each other jokes? She tried to ruin her boss's wedding. Of course she's going to lose her job. You can't even understand that?
But we didn't know! Please, do something about it. If Kristen loses her job, then there'll be no one to support me.
Oh, you were depending on Kristen's salary, right? But it's not like I work at my husband's hospital. And I try not to bother him when it comes to work, so I can't really do anything. As you already knew, I'm useless after all.
But, please, can't you do something? I'll do anything. Help your mother!
My mother? Don't make me laugh. Just like you never saw me as your daughter. I never saw you as my mother. I'm tired, so I'm going to bed. Don't contact me anymore. Have fun with the rest of your failure of a life. Goodbye. Trying to ruin my wedding by barging in with a white wedding dress is basically the same as telling everyone I'm an idiot. Those two are really so stupid. After embarrassing herself in front of her colleagues, Kristen locked herself in the house. She stopped going to work either, and was eventually fired. Kristen, who hadn't known failure until then, was devastated and lost all of her will. My mother, who was no longer able to rely on Kristen's salary, tried to turn to me for support. But she failed since I blocked all her accounts and she doesn't know where I live. They now get by with the money they had saved up. But apparently, the two of them just argue all day. They surely have more important things to do before arguing, but since they're stupid. As for me, both my husband and his family sympathizes with what I had to put up with as a child, and our relationship is good. I'm living a happy life now that no one is constantly insulting me and treating me like garbage. I look forward to what life has to bring me now. I look forward to what life has to bring from now.